Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be replacing the inner and outer tie rods on my 2005 Dodge Grand Caravan. This is a vehicle I put 40,000 miles a year on. This side ain't too bad because before I got it, this side got hit, and I know that these are newer inner and outer tie rods. The other side completely shot. I mean, really. Turn the wheel and the vehicle doesn't start turning. Some of the tools you're going to need, just basics. You're going to need brake cleaner, you're going to need a hammer, you're going to need notepad, pencil, tape measure. As far as breaking the outer tie rod loose, you can use the old-fashioned pickle fork. Pickle fork will almost always destroy the boot, so if you're ever doing this procedure and you're wanting to reuse the outer tie rod, that's probably not your choice. I'm going to be using this new tool that I picked up at Harbor Freight to break it loose. You're going to need open-end wrenches, flashlight will come in handy, pliers, breaker bar, and I'm going to be replacing the inner and outer on both sides. Depending on where you're at, around here it can be $1.25 to get an alignment done. These are mass brand extended life inner and outer tie rod ends. Each one cost me under 20 bucks a piece, so we're talking $80 for the parts. Why replace one tie rod end, pay for an alignment, and have another one go a year later? Just do them all in one shot. First step, you want to break this nut, this lock nut here, loose. Just loosen it. In my case, it's a 22-inch open-end wrench, and that's it. Just break it loose. Don't turn it that much, very much. We don't really want this thing moving. In fact, I'm just going to snug it right there. Next step, I'm going to loosen up this dust boot here. In the front, it's held on with a spring clip. Careful with them, they do bite. If you've ever had that experience, you know what I'm talking about. The back of the boot is held on with a crimped on clamp. You got to pry it loose with a screwdriver, and then you'll be able to slide that boot forward. Okay, now we're going to remove the nut that's holding the outer tie rod ball joint in. And in my case, it's an 18mm bolt. Okay, now the nut's off. I use my tie rod remover tool in there, and ideally you don't want to use this tool to break it loose. You want to put tension on it, then we're going to whack it with a hammer, and ideally, and that's why you want to have both wheels up in the air. Ideally, that thing should pop loose from the shock. Put some tension on that puppy. That's it. See how quick and easy that was? And hardly even put any pressure on there with the tool. Now to get that inner tie rod loose, that's back in there, that round knuckle there, ball joint. You're going to need a special tool. No way around it, you got to get a special tool. And this is it right here. Used it many times, works great. Let me show you. Okay, and you may have to jockey the steering around to get into the sweet spot. Let's see if I can show you the gap where that's sticking down there. And then what you want to do is get a little extra leverage on there with a wrench. Come on, baby, don't twist on me. Trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time. Let me try again here. Okay, I really need 3 hands to do that, so camera's back on a tripod. Let's see here. Put your big box wrench on there, give you some leverage, and break that loose. It'll be a little Okay, now here's the tie rod inner and outer assembly removed from the vehicle. Little plastic bumper, you want to take that off, and you want to get this inner tie rod ball joint as straight as possible. And you want to put a little mark on the center of the bottom of the outer tie rod end. That would be the center of the ball joint. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from the landing here out to the center spot on the outer tie rod end, and that puts me at about 15 1/8 or maybe 3/16 inches. Or I can measure from that landing right there. It puts me right at 15. This is not a replacement for an alignment by any means, but it will get you very, very close. If you're lucky, maybe it'll get you dead on. But it will get you close till you can get it into the shop and get alignment. So now at this point, since we loosened that nut, we'll be able to break it loose, disassemble this, write down your measurements, take this apart, remove this boot, and you'll be putting it onto the new tie rod end. Now some guys will say, take the outer tie rod end off and then measure here and then put the new tie rod end on. If you have the exact same parts with the same size, you can get away with that. In this case, these are different brands, and it looks to me like the new inner tie rod is maybe about 1/4 inch longer. The outer tie rod looks to me, could be wrong, but maybe a 1/16 inch longer, and that would throw you way off. So I like my method better because these landings in here are identical. I'm actually going to use the outer landing instead of the inner landing. I just compared them, and of course we're going to do a measurement here to get a center point on the outer tie rod end, and that should get me close. Oh, and before you do your outer measurement, make sure that this inner tie rod end ball joint is sticking straight out from the joint. This one is on a little bit of an angle, which screw up my measurement. Easiest way to do that, because this new joint as opposed to the old one, you ain't budging that. Actually screw it onto the vehicle, straighten it, unscrew it from the vehicle. Okay, here's the new assembly, measured, tightened down. When you put it together, put your boot on, don't forget to put your clamp on before you screw everything else on, otherwise you're going to be taking it all apart again. The bumper has a convex side and a flat side. You put it with the flat side facing outward. Also, I'm going to take some brake cleaner, clean out down inside the threads of the steering rack, dry it out, let it dry, and do the same thing just for the threads there, and use a little bit of thread locker blue in the red bottle. Don't use the thread locker red. I've used this before. You don't have to worry about getting it apart again. You're able to break it loose with the good old monkey wrench. So now you just spin it back onto the van where the old one was. Okay, got that into place quick and easy. Going to use my monkey wrench with the open end wrench box wrench attached to tighten down, and then we're going to flip that around and put that back into place there. I won't bother videotaping that. If you can't handle that, you shouldn't be working on your car. And we just gotta snug that bolt up, and then we're ready to move on to the other side. There's something strangely gratifying in that. Okay, driver's side is all done, exactly the same as the passenger side. The exception being is down in there. You have much less room to work to get that inner tie rod out, but it's by no means difficult in my opinion. Okay, so that is it. If you enjoyed my video and you found it helpful, please subscribe, like, and share. And I will talk to you next time on my next project.